You talk about resiliency. 21 minutes later and people still trying to listen to us. Thank you, everyone. Yay. Ron, how you doing? Deep breaths.
I'm all good.
Okay. All right. We're all good though. We're all good.
Can you see me?
I can see you, but it's kind of faded. It's kind of like
the sun started dropping. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, because you had it. Yep. The sun started hitting. Yep. But listen, are you in a closet? It's real dark in there, bro.
I'm in the basement. Hold on.
Oh, they put you in the basement.
There's a sewer under my under my basement. I go down there sometimes to do video calls. No.
Where you master spinner? What are you? What?
Batman. I'm Batman.
Dang. That got dark quick. Look, what we got to talk to Kayla about? Jeez. That's how you take care of yourself?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Listen, I want to say thank you so much. You are in Take Care Tuesday. Usually this is when we're going to be wrapping up, but this is when we're starting, and that's how it goes. So welcome to the second episode of Take Care Tuesday. It is my pleasure to have Ron Crockett on, Mr. Stay Ready Gang himself. And Ron, first up, I want you to introduce yourself to everyone, okay? As if you are introducing someone you admire and respect.
Gotcha. I am Ron Crockett, founder of the Stay Ready Gang, a group of individuals that promote positivity but don't take no shit.
Hey,
that's the best way to explain it.
That was great. Wait a minute though, because you're promoting positivity while also not taking shit. That's
yeah.
I mean, is that conflicting? That sounds conflicting.
No, not really. It's not too bad because basically, you basically do unto others as you would want done unto yourself. But everybody don't have that same vision. So when they do other things to you, you still got to stand your ground, defend you. Absolutely.
Okay.
So yeah, okay. We ain't taking nothing.
So what does that look like?
It could be anything for a lot of people. It could be a lot of different things, but that's the biggest thing about it. So if you look at some of the quotes on my page, they kind of vary. Sometimes they're even like woman, more female based and stuff like that. And that's just because somebody might actually need to hear that or see that. But that could be just leaving, right? That could be standing there and fighting, right? Whatever it is that allows you to make sure that's called standing the best thing for you.
Yeah, I love that. I say this thing like, actually, my best friend says this thing. She might be on here, so I can't steal it. But peace is a bloody business. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to fight for that peace. You got to fight for that positivity. And sometimes you can flow.
Yep.
And just ride the wave.
That's the absolute truth. Absolute truth right there. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, what does it look like for you to take care of yourself? Like, what does that mean? What does it look like? Talk to us.
I feel like it varies. Like, I'm just like everybody else. Like, your last guest, Nunu, correct?
Yeah, Nunu.
Yeah, she said something that made perfect sense, and it's something I actually say also myself sometimes. Like, something has to suffer.
Oof.
Like to get something to go some way, something has to come from somewhere else. Right? Something gets lesser, something will lack to succeed elsewhere. So taking care could vary day to day. Some days that's all right. I don't need to talk to anybody. I just need to listen to my music and ride around in my car and then, you know what I mean, and do it that way. Other days, I need to play video games for 4 hours. You know what I mean? I need to just literally be in a whole other place for a few hours, So
yeah,
it can vary day to day and, week to week even. Like life is going to give you what life gives you. So how you take care of yourself you have to stay on the pivot with that, right? As far as staying ready, you got to stay on the pivot with that. You can't resort to the same thing every time. It might not call for that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So when you stay ready or when you take care, because I feel like we're saying the same thing. Like I feel like, we kind of got the same message. And just to give you guys a little bit about Ron, love Ron. I've probably known you for like 10 years now. And based on lifestyle changes, we kind of just been communicating and staying connected through social media. And I'm a big fan of your content. I mean, he's a content creator. So at Stay Ready Gang for whoever's not following him. And yeah, I feel like we are, you know, you say a lot of the jokes, you hit a little bit harder.
Have some fun
you know what I mean? You hit a little bit harder, but I like that because I truly believe, and I don't think I really had that awareness until we just talked about it. Just came to mind, like, wait a minute, staying ready and taking care is the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Because all you're doing is just being prepared for what comes next, right? You can't always be 100% prepared, but you just basically building this armor up so that way when you get hit, it don't kill you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying.
You got to take care of yourself, right? Taking care. It's the same thing. It essentially it is.
So do you have any so you talked about building up that armor. Do you have any rituals, any routines, something that you do to make sure you are at least level set, prepared to stay ready?
Yeah. There's quite a few things that go into it. Sometimes it's just working out and stuff like that, and that's just physical state readiness, you know. Other times just making a phone call to a sibling or something like that and talking maybe on the phone for a couple hours. You know what I mean? There's different, again, staying versatile with what you need at the time. But the biggest thing has been, I feel like it's also been available to people. So that way, when you reach out, you know what I mean? They're receptive to it. So once you get a nice set around you, a nice support system around you, I feel like that's how you start pivoting. Like, oh, I don't need that. I need to call what's that? Oh, I don't need that. I need to go over this house. Oh, that's what I need. I need to call them for this. You know, and then that's how you know, having that good support system.
Okay. So what I heard you say is you have a community of people that you pour into, and when you need them to pour into you, they're available.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not many people that can, you know what I mean? It takes a long time to get there because people are going to fall off and come back. There's not many people, but absolutely, you just, for sure. A solid community. A gang. It's the gang, you know?
It's the gang.
Listen,
the gang. I call it the community. You call it the gang. I love words, and I just love how all of this is coming together. This is so dope. So were you intentional about this communal gang?
Well, initially it was initially straight physical. Like when I first started, it was a straight physical gym training stuff, and be like, all right, stay ready. This is what I want you. You know, we're gonna train and be ready for anything. We're training like that, right? We're flipping tires. We're climbing steps. We're doing all these things that you don't even know. Like, you know what I mean? Just having a good time with it and bleeding into the CrossFit stuff, where it's just like general physical preparedness. But when you're doing that, one part I didn't know about the training stuff when you got into it was how heavy the mental side was. So I'm talking to people and clients and doing these one-on-ones, and there was sessions that I would have with people. They pay for an hour of training, and we literally talked for the hour. You know what I'm saying? So then you realize, okay, wait a minute. Even though we're talking about physical preparedness, this is to help their mentality. This is helping their mental too. So you see the connection between the body and the mind. You know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely. So initially it was just physical, then it turned into a whole like thing, and now it's like, you know, quotes and everything that I can do, you know, mentally without being in somebody's face. Yeah.
So when you were talking about like you have this communal gang of people that you surround yourself with, and so when you need to talk to someone, they're there for you and you're there for them. How do you show up for your community?
Again, you know your role. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna call me and be like, I had a crazy day today. I don't have time to cook. I'm not the guy. You know, you ain't gonna pull up and get a plate. I'm not the cook. Yeah. You know what I mean? So my role in their community is exactly that. Sometimes I can just use my experience in life as they do for me, and then tell them what I did in certain situations, or they throw something at me. I might only tell you where to look next. You know, I might only have the resource for you where you call me and ask me a question and say, I don't know, but check this out. I know a guy that did this. Or I know this one lady, she does this. Call her. She'll get that handled. Oh, your kid needs, watch this. This one kid's giving away this. And then, boom, you know what I mean? So maybe, you know, even looking at that as I'm talking about it, it's probably a lot more resourceful than, you know, I am as an individual sometimes. I know a lot of people, and that kind of helps a lot of people too.
Yeah, you're a connector.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're a connector. So what's crazy about that is I was just having a conversation with someone last week, and I was saying that I get in these spaces where I feel like, am I leaning on my community too much? Like, what am I giving them? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, what are they getting out of it? And like, when I need my community, they come for me. I'll be like feeling so loved, like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know you cared. And then,
And
but then I start going inward, like, do I owe them? Like, why would they do that? What am I bringing to the table?
yeah,
And like, sometimes it's just you.
yeah, 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 yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. It's just however you show up, whatever that energy is, you just being you naturally is
Yeah,
what you gave to your community.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the best way to do it. It's the only way to have it last and be consistent, right? Because
Mm,
give them what you ain't got, you're gonna run out of that, or you're gonna get tired of doing that, or you're gonna, you know what I mean? There's a limit to that, but just
yeah, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you just be yourself. That's what they like. And if, like again, some people are gonna be friends, some people are gonna fall out. Some people, the people that stay there for you if you are you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? If
But
that's what you're putting out.
yeah, yeah. But what's also crazy about that, Ron, is you have to be confident in yourself
Mm-hmm.
to know that you are providing for your community. Because even if you are providing and you don't believe it, you're going to feel like there's a deficit. You're going to feel like you're always indebted and you always owe because you're
Yeah,
not giving yourself the credit you deserve.
yeah, yeah, for sure. But you know, that's again, something comes back to something. I think you just need to be, you know, it takes a certain amount of beatings to get stronger. It is what it is, right? You gotta have some downfalls
Mm,
in life. And I think people that have the
yeah.
downfall in life and bounce back the most, they are the most resilient. And those are the people that are like more confident, right?
Yeah.
So everybody that I deal with on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis, I mean, every one of them got a story.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got a story of being down and being like, I mean, pretty much everybody got the story, but to the pitfalls and the lows that I've also been in. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So that connection is there. Like, but now we both here. So you lean on them like, I know you strong. You lean here, I know you strong. You know what I
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah. Any direction
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's a good word. You got me spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of process. I love that. I love that. Okay. One of the most exciting parts of why I asked you on the show was to really get your perspective as a man, right? Because I feel like this whole, self-care movement, I switched it up. I called it take care. This me being different. Um, it's very woman focused,
Uh-huh.
right? And so me and my friends joke around and we're like, oh, that's because men been thinking about themselves. Y'all been taking care of y'allself. Y'all don't need no movement.
Yeah, no
So
doubt.
am I wrong? Am I right? And then also talk to me about, is it different? Does it look different for men to take care of themselves versus women taking care of themselves?
I'll say this. I'll say this, and you know, I feel like I can say this with confidence. I can't speak for every man. It is what it is, right? You know, everybody's
Of
different.
course, of
But I'll
course.
definitely say for sure that, let's say, 7 to 10 years ago,
Mm,
right? Even that close in time, it was almost like frowned upon to act sad or need
mm,
or act low or act like you're down or act like as a man, right? You're strong, you're
mm-hmm,
tough, right? Everything's good. Don't worry. I got the, you know, that's your position, right? But as you lately, not lately, but just like in recent years, you've been sort of seeing that more and more. Like, guys, you need to go to counseling, go to therapy. You know, it's okay to talk to people. It's okay to do this, that, and the other. And then you look at it and say, honestly, since you've matured, since you as an adult, you've really been really doing that with that community that you built, right? Maybe you
mm,
put it on the internet. Maybe, you know, some people do now with the internet creation. You know, now that somebody's sad, they can write a whole post about it sometimes. But I don't really take a lot into that personal stuff, you know, on the internet. But also,
mm,
neither do anybody in my community. We're very like-minded in that regard. But other people's
mm,
community is different from that. But I will say, in recent years now, as a guy, it is a lot more acceptable to be like, say that you're sad about something or you're down about something, or to talk to somebody, you know what I mean,
mm,
about what the problem is, or even cry, right? It's
mm.
a lot more acceptable now to show you have feelings
Yeah.
than it was before. You know what I mean? You call a
Yeah.
lot of names before.
So how has that changed you, if at all?
Um, it really has. I mean, I grew up in tough times, so it's still like I'm still very sheltered in a lot of ways when it comes to that. So it hasn't so much. More than anything, it's going to do that naturally off of just being older and having an older kid, having an older relationship, as things grow, you're in a different position anyway. So some of the small-minded stuff that you would hold back from even saying, it don't even weigh the same now. You know, it's like
Yep.
it's so minuscule. I've been through so much. Now I can't talk about this.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? So yeah. So for me, it's changed, but not noticeable to me as much. I'm sure. But if I was to compare, if I saw a video of me going through a tough time, 15 years ago, and me now, I'd probably see a drastic difference. But it was so
Okay.
gradual, I noticed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Like we
Yeah,
said, slow motion.
absolutely. Slow
Steady,
motion.
steady. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. What are some things, let's say 3 things. What are 3 things that you care about?
Time.
Mm.
I care a lot about time. I'm a big, I care a lot about time. Because that's the only constant. Like, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Time is the only reason that in order to be great at something, like your homegirl Nunu was talking about, something has to fail. You have to almost be failing at something.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
because of time. If you had all the time
Yeah.
in the world, then nothing would have to suffer. Right? If I wanted to be really good in school, I wouldn't have to worry about not having a social life. Because I have plenty of time. Time is a constant. So in order for me to really be really good at school, I can't go to this dance, this party. If I want to be really social, then the school will have to probably slack a little bit, or something has to give to take, right? Only because of time.
Yeah.
So to me, time is the number one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I only have so much more of it with anybody, right?
Yep.
Like, it's going to run out.
Yeah. Only
So,
resource you can't get back. Yeah.
absolutely. So time is one of the big things. So that just bleeds over into family. I mean, that's almost a gift to anybody with a heart, I guess. Right? Family is a big thing because now, those are the people you love the most, right?
Yeah.
People that help you the most in most cases. And that's anybody you call family, friends included with that, right? Family, the community, your type, your family, the
Your
fam.
gang.
Yeah. Not doesn't have to do with fam, right?
Yeah.
And that's because of time. They're important. They're way more important because of time, right? Then just but just mentality in general.
Ooh.
Try to stay in a positive light, and that's like probably my third most important thing. It's just like, all right, because if you can, me personally, I feel like if I can stay right up top, if I stay right here, help more, right? When I'm out of place here, I can't help more, and I like to help more. I like to assist, you know. So I like that. That helps me. When I'm in a bad place here, then obviously I feel like everything else suffers. Time suffers. Family suffers. Yeah. I don't even. Yeah.
I love that. And I love the awareness you have, right? Like, you, throughout this whole conversation, what I hear you saying is you're aware of where you are, what you need in order to show up for your gang, in order to show up for your family, in order to utilize your time effectively, in order to be and have the right mentality.
Right. Right.
And I think, self-awareness is one of the main points of emotional intelligence. And I think it's one of the things that we think we're aware. Most of us think we're aware, but in actuality, there's only 2% of the population that are actually self-aware.
Yeah. Self-awareness is heavy. It takes a lot of confidence to be self-aware too, like you was talking about. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. And you gotta see some ugly things about yourself, like some hideous things about yourself.
Yeah.
And not look away, and not turn away from the mirror, really lean into that.
Yeah. If you can be self-aware and look at we're all self-aware, but like to be really aware and really what we're talking about, to be honest, the real part of awareness, of self-awareness, it's the negative, right? Like, that's the negative, right? You see your positive, you know them, you can rattle them off in a heartbeat. I'm this, I'm that, this tall, I can boo. But with them negatives, you be like, I don't be doing that. I don't never say that. Your friends do. Your friends ever imitate you and you be like, I don't be acting like that. You like, dang, that's how I look.
Listen, the whole time in my head, Ron, I'm like, damn, they nailed me.
Yeah. Because for real. But it's tough to say that. It's tough to say that. You know?
It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. No, I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
What are about three things that you don't care about?
I don't particularly I don't really care with I don't care about anything that has nothing to do with those three things for real.
Ah! I knew it. I knew it was coming.
You know what I mean? Like nothing. I don't care a lot about a lot. So it kind of gets weird. But like I don't know how to say that without sounding like it's like F the world. But no, I only care about what matters in direct effect to those three things. And I say that to say like not like, okay, you don't see anything past your own nose. But what I'm saying is like how do I say it? So like if you were to tell me about starving kids in another country, right? Me personally, I feel like you're reaching out of bounds. Because if we all helped our immediate surrounding, then everybody's good. And since my immediate surrounding isn't all the way straight, I can't really go that far yet. Let me fix this. If I can help, you know, my child, help my nieces, my nephews, and this, that. If I can affect them, then they can affect their hands. Their, you know what I'm saying? So
listen, I'm about to shout. Listen,
you know what I mean? So I don't care a lot about. Yeah, you know, I don't care a lot of things outside of that range.
Listen, you done said a whole word, right? The vision is short for a reason. Focus on the things you can see. Control your controllers, right? Worry about the humans that you're bringing into the earth and the type of citizens they're going to be, right? And how they show up for their community. And the ripple effects, worry about treating every human like a human and not treating certain people a different way because of what they can do for you. Yeah. And then the ripple effects you will have on the world, you'll never know. You'll never even know them.
It'd be unbelievable. That's what my sister's funny.
See, listen, that's your sister, child. Listen, I ain't even gonna say that out loud.
Anyway, listen.
So out of order, but also I hear you, girl.
But that's for real though, right? So that's why it was so important. That's why this stuff can get. That's why when the pandemic started, and like maybe even a little before that, I guess it was happening, but it really started hitting the news when the pandemic started. And somebody would be in the drive-thru and pay for the person behind their food. That was so major because somebody's gonna do it again and again and again. You know what I mean? Till it got to me. Yeah. No, I'm playing.
It's always one that's gonna mess it up.
No, but for real, right? You do that, and it's like boom, 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 and it's like, and that's the ripple effect. It's a kind act is so much more major than we think it is. It's more valuable than that, right? But you know, we tend to reach because the bigger stage, you know, sounds like a better idea or something. I don't even know, but it's just not true by any means.
It's not true.
You know, it's like knowing all the stars' business, but not knowing what school your niece goes to. Ooh, it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense.
That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. Yeah, I love that. So talk to someone right now that might be listening or will hear this later when I post it on my YouTube channel. That's just not, we're too high up here for them. Like they get it, but they don't get it.
Yeah. No doubt. The realest way that I can put it in the simplest way is everybody around you straight? And you can make that straight. You know how we do. You know how black people do. Straight can mean anything. You straight? You straight? Hey, you straight?
You straight, dude? You straight?
So make sure everybody around is everybody around you straight. And if you don't know, like your crew, your immediate crew, your friends, your gang, are they straight? And if you don't know, you probably need to ask. Yeah. Right? Maybe they don't have the confidence to tell you whatever. Or if your answer is I don't know. If it's yeah, they are, then what's the next level? Yeah. Are their kids straight? And that can mean anything again. Yeah. Right? So then, you know, the simplest way I would put it to somebody that doesn't want to get into all the, you know, deep mental stuff with is, straight? Is everybody around you straight? Are you straight? Right? First, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ask
Are
yourself,
you straight?
and if
Yeah.
not, now that's what we're looking at. We start here, right? We
Yeah.
look around ourselves. And then, y'all straight? Okay, now we look around here. You know what I mean? And that could go back and forth forever. You may never even make it past that first circle because it might be a lot of problems, but it will work out.
I love that. So I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, but I also am trash at reciting lyrics. But
Okay.
he said something in one of his songs like, we measure success by how many people are successful next to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the only one eating, that ain't success.
That makes perfect sense.
If you straight, that ain't enough. Or you straight, your mama straight, your grandmama straight,
right?
Your kids is straight, your baby mama straight.
Yes,
everybody got to be straight.
Absolutely,
and if that's your community.
Yeah, absolutely. And like she's saying there, but so same thing there, right? So that's the same thing, right? Don't overreach, because right. So now you're in a position where you're not straight, but you're trying to make sure somebody else straight. And that's how.
Correct.
That's when you start feeling the use, right? I feel used. I feel that's when you start.
Right.
Like, nah, man, you had this much amount of time, or you had this much amount of money, or you had this much, and you went over there with it instead of making sure you were straight. And it sounds selfish, but sometimes you gotta make sure you're straight.
No, that's take care, right? That's take care. Take care is taking care of yourself so that you have the capacity to evoke change and really truly support others.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? If you aren't straight, how can you straighten somebody else out? You're crooked.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you gotta do it. You gotta do it for yourself first. I gotta wake up early. You know, I call it my power hour. I gotta wake up 5:15, wake up before the kids. I gotta pray. I gotta meditate. I gotta yoga. I gotta do all that so I can stay ready for whatever the hell this day finna get
exactly, right?
I can't say hi to everyone. I can't offer a helping hand. I'm not going to have the capacity.
No. So therefore, you would have been at that point, exactly, you'd been exhausted, something would have went wrong. Something's going to ultimately go the other way, and therefore you didn't stay ready, right? Like, you stayed ready by preparing for the day, and it is what it is. And there's going to be obstacles, but that's why you did this, and this, so when the obstacle occurs, you can get over it, boom, move on.
That's right. That part. That's right. That's right. Talk to us. So tell us, what are some goals that you have coming up?
50,000 of them. I always got 50,000 things that I had for goals and stuff I'm shooting at and trying. One of the things I want to do, though, I really want to get back. That's why I really want to do this live with you. I want to get back on my YouTube stuff.
Okay.
I want to get back on it, but again, just like we say, you want to do something else, something got to suffer. So, you know what I mean? If you want to work and make money, and all of a sudden now you're doing this, and now you got to figure out, okay, do I really want to do that at 1 or 2 a.m.? You know what I mean? They might have to, but the hardest part, the real reason that even the YouTube even slipped up again, is the editing. Editing is insane.
That's the worst part.
Editing is insane, but it's one of the parts of the job you got to do. Right, to be successful, that's one of the negatives, and everything comes with some negatives, right? But the one of the big goals is getting that YouTube channel started back up, building the gang a lot stronger, starting to work on rebuilding that again. I fell off and hadn't been doing a lot of post stuff, and now I'm back on that, just daily posting and stuff like that, Monday through Friday anyway. And then I really want to get back on the camera. I got some good ideas of some people I want to talk to and interview.
Nice.
I love music. I love local music. My nephew, he raps and stuff like that. So I'm trying to I'm more into that community now too. So I got ideas there of things that I want to do. I'm seeing these people in different cities do different YouTube channels with the rap and stuff. We've done a couple of them here, but they always only last a few months. Right. And then they kind of, because the editing and the amount of time it takes, and there's really no reward unless you love it. Like if you love it, rewardful because it feels good to watch young dudes do their thing and stuff like that, right? But if you don't, it probably ain't gonna last as long. It's there's really a lot of giving out, not a lot of coming in. So that's another thing I want to do. I just really want to get back on the camera. I want to get back on the camera, behind the camera, and really try to get people out there. Like, it'll be great for me. I would love to be able to connect people. I like to connect people.
You're a connector. You're a connector for sure.
So
100%.
to touch on that, before I forget,
Yeah.
you are going Saturday, is it, to the art museum?
I'm going Friday to Wonder Ball.
Wonder Ball Friday. About 3 weeks ago, I ran into the guy Hakeem.
Yes, he's on the board.
On the board. Didn't know he was on the board. Me and this guy are talking about all kind of music. He did something crazy this night, and we were just having a blast. I like my Sunday fun day, so we were just hanging out. I just ran into this guy.
Yes,
and
please.
we had a black person there, and we just ended up kicking it. And young
He's
dude.
so
And then I ran into him again. Then I ran into his film guy. This film guy got some accolades people don't even know. But anyway, I ran into these two guys.
Nice.
And you'll meet him, I'm sure. He'll be there.
Yeah.
And in the midst of all that, I saw the Wonder Ball thing on your page.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about them, and I'm like, wait a minute, I know both of these people. And
Yeah.
I honestly believe that's a great guest.
Oh, listen.
That's a great guest.
He is an exceptional guest.
That
I have
is
met
great.
him in passing, similar to you. And I just got butterflies in my stomach just thinking about asking him. Because to me, this is just what I do. This is a nice space, it's a vulnerable space. I trust your gang, they representing. I put people out of my reach in my mind. You know what I mean? Like I'll dumb myself down, or I'll lower myself, or I'll put them on a pedestal. So I'm like, oh, I don't know. I mean, little old me, why he gonna come on this? Like, we got 10 people watching. But you're right. We're all in the same spaces together.
So yeah, I mean, if you bring up the gang when you see him,
yeah,
and it's also bring up my name, that it should be easy to recall. He'll know me from his. We do stuff too, so he'll know. So you bring it up, and he'll know. And I'll tell him, find him, and he'll be like, boom, and he'll know. He's definitely a fun dude, and he's gonna know some
good time. He's a good time. He's a good time. We worked on an art project in the middle of COVID together, painted this fence in Clintonville. He's dope. He's super dope. Super duper dope.
Sweet. So that's a great person to have.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, you're definitely a connector. It's just, it comes from the heart. I knew that from day one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, your gang, first off, I just want to say thank you to your Stay Ready gang, because they reposted all the promotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're showing up in the live. They're holding on every time we had all the technical difficulties. They're logging back in. So that speaks a lot to who you are and how you affect your community. And really what it says is, he ain't just out here talking.
No,
There's action behind it, because people are drawn to you. and I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. I honor what you're doing for you, your family, your community. And I'm so grateful that you were willing to come on my show, be my second guest, when people like, what is she doing? I don't know about this, but thank you.
I see where it's going, though. So it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really good for you. You just do exactly what you do, and it's gonna be good. There's nothing to talk about. You watch a lot of Gary V?
No.
Gary Vaynerchuk, or whatever his name is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you got to follow him. He's a great guy to know.
Okay.
Really good, man. Sensible motivator, if you will. Great businessman.
Okay.
Stuff like that. But you watch that, and that's going to give you all the gas you need to keep this train going.
Okay. Gary
do trains
V.
take gasoline, or they take coal?
Huh?
Anyway. I said, do trains even take gasoline? I don't know, but
don't
it's
get
gonna
me
go.
started now.
It's gonna
steam?
go.
I don't know. We talking about steam? I don't know, honey.
That's just you fuel. It's gonna give you all the fuel you need. Keep rolling. But let me ask you a couple questions though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had a couple things I wanted to cover too.
Yes, please.
When you decided that you wanted to do these lives, that you wanted to talk to somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where were you at mentally? Let's say, what I'm saying is, like, if we would say, okay, you do want to do it, all right, get dressed, and I turn the camera on right there. And at that time, when you decided this is what you wanted to do, would you have been ready at that time? Right?
Okay, say that last part again.
would you have been ready when that light bulb went off? Bing! I want to do interviewing people in our community that do Take Care Tuesday. I want to talk about people about being better. Would that have been a great time at that moment to do this?
I'm gonna say no.
Mm.
So I too am a huge fan of time. Like,
Okay.
I am actually a little bit obsessed about it because it's also very like, it's a construct. It's not really a thing either.
Mm.
So like we could probably go on some nerd stuff, me and you, about that. But when I had the thought to do it, and it was really my community putting that thought in my head because they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, that's why it's so important to have the right people in your ear. I was afraid. I talked to you about this. Terrified of being on video. You know what I mean? Like I can edit a picture and make it look good, but on video you're gonna catch me on some weird angles. Like, you know, I'm still a little vain. So I was like, nope, I'm not ready. This is terrifying. Don't want to do it. Long story short, it took me probably about a year to make to even post my first video. About fear. And the timing was perfect. The timing was perfect in my life. There was a series of events that had happened in that year that really made me more confident and lean into the fact of this work is not about me. Coupled with the things that I'm the most terrified, that I've always been the most terrified of. And you know a little bit about, you know, the stuff I've been going through the last couple years, but like all of the things that I was terrified of doing are the things I had to do in order to get to the next level.
Yeah. Absolutely. It makes sense.
So it happened when it was supposed to happen. Not a day sooner or later. And I'm grateful for how it all worked out. It's still a part of the journey. Yeah.
Okay. Another question on the same topic of your channel, right? So there's levels. There's people on YouTube and TikTok and everywhere that literally never have to go past here. A phone, another person. They can walk around New York and do this. They could be in Chicago sitting in a hotel room doing this. They just do it with their phone and their person, right? What level do you want it to go to? Would you rather it be, okay, we get set up in our house with 4 cameras? Are you more a phone in person? Are you more like, I want to talk to the stars about their childhood, like real high level, like where do you feel like you thrive at? You know, you may not even know this yet. What do you feel like it right now?
Yeah.
What do you feel like it, not what is true?
I definitely think that there's a bigger platform for sure. Okay. I think here's where my heart is. Honestly, I want to do the work in myself so that I can help support, enlighten, whatever, others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just want to be my best self so I can show up for as many people as I can in whatever space, right? Yeah. So I don't care if it's in the hallway at my kid's school at drop off. I don't care if I'm on the main TED Talk stage. You know what I mean? I do want to be able to support my family doing what I love, and I do love this work. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know that I care what it looks like. I just want to have
care what it feels.
I care what it feels like.
You care what it feels like, not what it looks like. So whatever that is, that makes that feeling for you continue where it's at or be where it needs to be, then that's the level.
Yeah. And when you talked about like taking care of like the community instead of thinking outward, I do have big dreams. There are big things I want to do, but that's why I know like, okay, let me do the work in myself. More people will see me. I'll have more exposure. And if those things are meant to be, then they'll be. And then I'll be at a level where I can do bigger things.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So I don't try to go from 0 to 20 or 0 to 100, excuse me. I try to go 0 to 5, 0 to 10, 0 to 20, 0 to 15, 0 to 25, 0 to 20. You know what I mean? And have grace with myself to know that it really, truly is a marathon.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a big deal. That's a big deal because I'm a firm believer. I'm not the most spiritual person or anything like that. Like I'm not gonna really get too deep in that side. I have understandings, but I'm a
Mm-hmm.
firm believer that whatever word you want to use, universe, God, whatever you want to use, is going to give you what you're supposed to have.
Oh, for
Like
sure. Sure.
and it can be horrible.
For sure.
It can
For
be horrible.
sure.
It can break down and have you in the psychiatric, but it was supposed to happen, and these events led to it. So once you get there, you look at it and you say, okay, but if it is
Mm.
supposed to happen,
Yeah.
where's my positive? What's my next move? And that's part of
Yeah.
surrender.
You're right. You're
Now I'm here
right.
in this dungeon. Now I'm in this low place. Now what's my next move? It's easy to move up top, right? You know, when you're on the top, it's like, oh, cool, I got all these options. Anybody can answer my phone call. I can do this.
Yeah.
On the basement, like, go, where's your next move? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
And
I think you'll be fine.
thank you. And I love that. You know, I was literally just thinking about this the other day. I was like, all right, God, I do want a lot of money. Okay. I want to take my girls on a yacht. I want to go to Greece. I want to get the bill every time we go out to eat. I do want that. But I want to be in a place where it truly doesn't affect me. So give me as much as I can handle, but I'm going to do this work so I can handle a lot.
Absolutely. I like that too. Yeah. So again, universe will give you what you're supposed to have.
Yes. And it's God for me. It's God. Yes.
Then that's what's going to, you know what I mean? That's what's going to, because you're going to see to that. You're going to do the work to see to that because that's what, you know what I mean? But the universe going to give you what you want to have. I'm a firm believer of that.
Yeah, 100%. And going back to being a connector and an influencer and all that, it's abundant. And I don't know if anybody needs to hear this right now, but there's no limitations on anything.
Nothing.
So when you help someone out, when you give someone something, even when you lose, when you get setbacks, it's not taking from you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there is so much of everything out here in the world, except for time, that you can share and give, and you still have an abundance. You know what I mean? So the mindset of scarcity, especially as people, like for me, me and my friends joke around and like swap poor stories, and I always win. I always win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But scarcity is a mindset. It is not a lifestyle. Right. Don't make it a lifestyle. Your mindset can make it a lifestyle, but it didn't start out a lifestyle. It's a mindset.
Yeah, that's heavy.
There is nothing that is scarce. There is abundance in everything. So you give abundant love, you don't have to get it back. You give you give time, you give energy, you give whatever. That is going to come back to you, and it's going to overflow and manifest in your life.
Because somebody got it. Right? So that means it's out, regardless of what somebody's speaking on. Somebody got it. So that means it's out there.
Correct.
Period.
Why not you?
Yes. Yeah, it can be achieved. It can be acquired. You can get to the person. There's a million ways. It can be achieved and acquired.
Yes.
Somebody has to do it, or they were handed it, but it exists, so therefore you have a way to get it.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely agree with that. So yeah, that's awesome too. Yeah. And that's in recessions and everything. I mean, somebody got rich in a recession, right? And whenever we go down, where we go the wrong way, somebody comes up, right? Maybe they just haven't fallen. The universe getting what they're supposed to have.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When they're doing a lot of layoffs and stuff like that, there was riots. All of a sudden, you see a bunch of the Serve Pro trucks and all the cleaning trucks doing the graffiti cleanup and doing the glass and doing there was a bunch of layoffs, but now there's a bunch of.
There you go.
Listen, it may not be your one, but somebody in that thing was like, "Holy crap, honey! Guess what? I'm about to be doing 60-hour weeks. These checks are about to be fat."
Yeah.
Right? They're looking bad. They're like, "What am I do? I'm out of work. What am I doing?" And then boom. Hey, we need everybody working overtime. They had boom. They busted the windows down. They did. Somebody, right, is getting it in every scenario. Whether it's just I'm not just talking money, but that was the easiest example. But
that was good. That was good. That was good. And that goes back to something that's really, really important to me that I truly think saved my life a couple times, which is optimism, right? And it's all about what you
That's
look
big
like, what you look
word,
at.
man.
Where's
It's
your
so
focus?
major. It's so major. Like, I mean, that's like something like in the last few years, like the last 3-4 years, man, I've been nice with the optimism. I've been nice with it. I've been like, you put me in a messed up situation, I just start thinking like, okay, well, you know what I mean? Why is this happening?
Yes.
Something good about to go down. What
Yep.
is it? Looking like that. And I might
Yep.
look like a fool sometimes, but I do be looking like that. It could be a horrible thing. And I'm like, but it's about to happen. You know, it's
Yep.
about to be good. Like, you know what I
Yep.
mean? And that's
Yep.
helped me out major because it's easy to beat yourself down.
Mm-hmm.
Real
Mm-hmm.
easy.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Great questions.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's good stuff though, for sure. For sure though. Yeah, so I mean, other than that, I'm just gonna have the YouTube going. Obviously, everybody follow the Instagram page, Stay Ready Gang. I'll have some apparel. I didn't do the apparel last time. I just gave it to
Come on.
my
I want some.
my actual like gang and troop of the gym and stuff like that. They all had some, but nobody had any. So I got Stay Ready gang stuff that I'm going to be working on. I finally started learning how to do the printify stuff and everything. Like the stuff just sucks. Like some stuff just, the process of some stuff just is horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah.
This is,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
cool. I don't want to do this part. I'm ready to sell something. You know what I mean? But okay, you better. You know what I mean? You either got the money to pay somebody to do it, or you got the time.
There
right?
you go. There you go. I was just about to say that. Like, I mean, listen, as an entrepreneur, that there's a lot of bad parts that I hate, and I either need to do them first thing in the morning, get them out the way, or I need to outsource.
Absolutely.
So how can I make enough money that I can hire somebody to do this stuff that I don't want to do?
It all just lives with how valuable is it, right? How valuable. That makes a big. All right. This is this valuable to me, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this on the back burner. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Listen, I want you back on again. This has been an amazing conversation, like I knew it would be. Thank you so. Look, Nunu jumped on at the tail end, child. We done talked about you a couple times, girl.
Definitely.
But thank you so much. Okay, everyone, y'all already know because half of y'all is in the gang already, but follow him, Ron Crockett, on Facebook. Stay Ready Gang on Instagram. Yep. What else do you want the people to know?
It's the same thing on YouTube. Stay Ready Gang. There'll be some more YouTube stuff coming up there. We're going to switch the direction a little bit. It has some little more darker things on there that are just realistic and stuff like that. But you'll see those when I start promoting those and stuff like that.
Nice.
But for the most part, just follow the Instagram, hit like. You see one of the quotes or something like that I post in the morning, and you think it applies to somebody that you deal with or talk to, screenshot it, send it to them, DM it to them, something like that. Just share the word.
Put them out there. Just put them out there.
Share the word. Put it out there. Put it out there. It don't matter. I mean, cut my name off of it. It don't matter. It came from somewhere. But
no, keep it on. Keep it on there. That's branding. Don't cut his name off. That's his post.
Whatever makes you happy, do that. Do that. Whatever that makes you happy, do that or whatever. But yeah, other than that, I mean, just that's it. And then the stories, the Instagram stories always try to be more comical. So I'm gonna try to keep it more funny and stuff like that. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time with it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Okay, every 2 weeks. So you're going to see us here again on the 24th. And it'll be with Kim Peyton White. We're right back at it. IG Live, 8 p.m., May 24th. If you are not already, please follow. I am all about love, light, realness, manifestation, right? Whatever. If it's in your brain, it can be in your life.
That's facts.
Love you all. Truly mean that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ron.
Gang, gang.
Bye, everyone.